What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Blacktop 5. As you know, I'm your host, Blacktop Crazy, and we've got a banger of a list for you coming today. I think I'm super excited for this for two reasons. One, I think we're taking a little bit of a turn here that we haven't done yet in our short series. And two, we've got our new guest, that first time on the show, our old man of the group, but most loyal supporter to my stream, Ragnarok Born. What's up, buddy? How you doing, old man?
I'm here, barely alive anymore. Old
Yeah,
age finally creeping up to me.
yeah. I'm sorry. It just wouldn't be me if I didn't give you at least just
Y-
a little old dig. It just wouldn't be right.
Oh, absolutely. How you been doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, bro. I'm really excited for it tonight. I think this list is gonna be really fun. This is a little different turn. Our last list was kind of fun and lighthearted, and this one is kind of the opposite. So, just to get right into it, this list today we've got our top five movie killers. So, let's roll right on into it and hit me with your number five.
Oh man, that one there, number five. It was a toss up for me. Really stuck with this one because I watched this one kind of young, and it hung in there with me, and it also became a game. I don't know if you ever played it. Uh, Scared the hell out of me more than once. It's Candyman.
Candyman. I didn't play the game. I did not play the game,
Oh,
but the
you
movie.
didn't get in the bathroom and stare into the mirror with your lights out and
No,
say Candyman a few times and almost piss yourself.
no, not Candyman. For me, oh, we had Bloody Mary was the thing. I guess maybe it's the same thing. We go in the bathroom and say Bloody Mary like three times or something like that, you know. But
Oh no,
I guess
we
I
did
got that
Bloody
from.
Mary as well.
But I didn't. It makes sense, you know. I never did it with the Candyman. Maybe Candyman was too scary for me. Maybe I was. Maybe I didn't have it. You know. But okay, that's a good one. See, Candyman was a little bit. I would say early for me, but I only watched a little bit, so that's a good one. That's a good one. Roll on for me. This one's a little hard for me to pronounce. Apologize, but this movie was one of the few I found that actually like kind of scared me, so I had to put her on the list. I'm gonna butcher the name again. I'm sorry. It's Sadako Yamamura from The Ring. I can't remember exactly her name. From the I think they might have had a different name for her actually in the English version, honestly. But
Yeah, I can't remember what that was
yeah,
though.
but I figured we'll go from the the real thing. But yeah, the movie I just was one of the few that creeped me out, man. It just you sit in the dark, watch a movie that's just creepy as well, and then if for the rest of after 7 days you're just dead, and it's usually not in a pleasant way.
Oh, absolutely not. It wasn't. It no, and I can respect that one too because it's for me. Yeah, it was suspenseful.
Yeah,
It did have it
that's
was
the best word.
there. It was gonna happen, and you couldn't stop it.
That's the best word. Just the best word choice right there. Yeah, like you said, it was always that lingering feeling of like, she's gonna, or this person's gonna die. When and how?
Right.
I don't know, but they're gonna die. All right, bet. Well, let's keep on piping. Roll on in with you. What you got? Number four.
All right. Number four. Number four for me. This is another one that went back to my childhood as well. Child's Play. Chucky.
Well,
Growing
let's
up, for
go.
me, growing up, Cabbage Patch Kids were a big thing, and I just so happened to have this Cabbage Patch Kid that had the red hair,
Uh
and it sat on the end of my bed until the first time I ever watched Child's Play,
oh.
and then I never saw it again because I tucked it away and it went away.
Not only was it not on the bed anymore, but it was removed from the scene completely, huh?
Correct. Yeah, it was gone.
Well, I'm sure you're not nearly the only person that had that experience happen when Chucky came out. I'm sure there were plenty of children, and actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just saying right now, my number four is Chucky. So
Oh, nice.
we had the same one, same spot. So I, I there's two reasons I have him on here. All right, the first couple, and when I first saw it, was scary. It was like very scary to me. And then as I kind of kept going, he also became kind of like an icon to me. And it was kind of funny, like when they did Seed of Chucky and all this, and it was still, scary, but it was also kind of funny to me too. I don't know. I don't know.
They killed me with the Seed of Chucky. Bride of
uh,
Chucky was good.
I liked Bride of Chucky.
Loved Bride of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Speed of Chucky with the I don't know what they did to that poor thing.
With the kid and
I
all
really
that.
don't.
No.
But do you ever remember watching these movies and you're like, he's a doll kicking?
Yeah. Oh, that too. For real. But
Oh,
but they tried. So many people tried to kick him. They tried to kick him. He'd
I
come
mean,
back.
he weighs what, 10 pounds maybe?
Maybe. Yeah. Right. You're giving a little weight because he's.
Maybe.
I.
I mean, you could get some distance with that.
That, like a little
Just
field goal
like
kick.
boomerang and frisbee him, you know.
But maybe that's also one of the reasons he was so scary. Is well, one, he was a doll, which everybody had, and two, it's like he was this little tiny doll that somehow always kept coming back. You couldn't like kill, like
You couldn't
you couldn't
get
do
rid
it.
of him.
You could not get rid of him. So
And you're right. That is something else that made it that much more worrisome for my Cabbage Patch Kid. Um, because something that size can overpower me.
say what?
I'm not real sure how that went by. It was and that one stuck with me for a while. It really did.
Well, shoot. Bet. Well,
Okay.
that's awesome. I had that happen with GME once, so it's only twice now. I think we've had the same one, same spot. So that's dope. Well, shoot. You know my
That's
number
dope.
4 already.
Great.
So let's just keep
All
it
right.
rolling. Right on number 3. Hit me with it.
Number 3. This one stuck with me because it was thought out, methodical, just precise. He did it so well. It was Hannibal Lecter.
Oh. Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. And he was so creepy.
I mean,
so creepy. Yeah.
Because I mean, you think about it, and you've got Silence of the Lambs, where he first comes up, but then you wind up with Red Dragon, which was great. What was it? There was one that was it Red Dragon that came before Silence of the Lambs? Because I know there was another one there.
I know Hannibal came before Silence of the Lambs.
No, Hannibal. That was it.
Hannibal. That movie was creepy. And, yeah. Because that one I think that with Hannibal, they took Silence of the Lambs and kind of like amped up like the I don't know because the Silence of the Lambs wasn't like gory necessarily, and like it was just super like scary, suspenseful,
it was
super
a
well
ride.
done. It was
was
such a
mental.
Yeah, and then Hannibal, they showed you why he had that control and why he had like what people were so scared of him. So that's a great choice too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Oh man, it was great.
Anyone named Clarice after that, it was like,
oh, hello, Clarice.
Don't ever say that to me ever. But this one for me, we had I'll talk about this. So I'm curious. I don't think you're gonna like this one, but it's Katie Featherston from the Paranormal Activity series. I had not seen any horror movies like the first. I'm not like the first two when they came out. The first one, obviously, when it came out, and I have been watching a ton of horror movies, and so I think the way it was well done, I just enjoyed like the first one and even the second one especially, but I don't know, like just the camera, you'd just be looking at the household, it'd be just rotating, and all of a sudden, sometimes nothing would happen at first, and then sometimes something crazy would happen either, So I enjoyed this one. I know maybe it's a little different than some of the other ones, but she ended up, going on to some of the other movies, and so that's why I feel like I could put her on there as a killer because she didn't just have the one. But I don't know. What do you think?
Right. No, and you know what? I get that those types of movies have a following. I do. I cannot get behind them. I get it. I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Gotcha.
The suspense of it, the what might happen, the what did I mean nothing else moved but look that one cabinet door. I cannot get behind them. And I tried.
Hey, at least you tried.
When it comes to ghost movies, like 13 Ghost,
That
amazing
was kind of
movie.
cool. That was a good movie.
I mean that one's got just
That was a good movie.
so many greats in it.
That's
Or like
some
possession
very
movies, like Conjuring.
okay. Yeah.
Those I like.
Okay. See, 13 Ghosts is like way different than Paranormal too. So, so I
Exactly.
totally understand. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I know what you're saying too. Like sometimes it can be a little slower, I guess, because like you mentioned, like sometimes it'll be like a 3 minute or 2 minute little period. You're looking at the room, and all of a sudden, only like a door moves a little bit. And usually that's near the beginning of the movie, but it still is kind of like, ooh, you ooh.
All right.
So I gotcha. But
And oh, something moved. Yeah.
yeah, it moved a
That
little bit.
it's a lot of it's the way it's shot.
Yeah.
Like if it was shot like a normal movie would have been,
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have got behind it a little bit more, but I
Okay.
didn't want to stare at
See, and I'm the
camera footage.
opposite. I'm the opposite. Like either way, like looking at it through, like just like it's like the camera, like with the little record button in the corner. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm at my house, kind of like reviewing my own footage, or something. You know what I mean? Like it could be in my living room. So that's my kind of feeling on it. So, and I see your side to it too, though. I respect that. I disagree,
Right.
but I respect
I
it.
respectfully disagree.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's that. Yeah. But that's why I like this
disagree to
list. So
disagree on that
yeah,
one.
exactly. That's why I like this kind of list, just to see the similarities and differences in all the homies and stuff like that. So hey, let's keep it rolling. I like that. That's kind of a fun little disagreement, but understanding. Let me hit it. Let's hit the big.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's hit the big two. We
Number
got
two,
number two, big hitters here. Come on, hit me with it. Come on now.
uh, it's great for me how a lot of these are the 1980s, early 90s movies for me.
That was a
Uh,
great time for the genre. I'm gonna be honest.
it was, and I don't think it's really gotten better. They've changed things. It's gotten good, but I don't think it's gotten better. This one in particular, because I did a lot of this growing up, summers, falls, depending on where we were, what we were doing. We did a lot of camping, and then I discovered the Friday the 13th movies.
I thought you were gonna go this way. Once you
And
said
camping was a
camping,
little different for me after that for a little while. I'll be honest with you.
how many people did those movies ruin camping for at least a few years? How many
Right.
families are just like, no,
Jason Voorhees,
no,
big, hockey mask, faced, machete wielding thing that you can't kill and it just wants to hurt you.
just yeah. And he, no matter what, he just kept coming at one speed too.
Right.
He always just kept.
Never ran,
No,
never a brisk walk.
he's just.
Oh, look, the wind picked me up and sped me up. I just, no, none of that. Didn't matter how fast you ran, where you ran to, where you hid.
He was.
I
He was.
watched him impale a woman onto a tree mid-sprint with a machete as it was being thrown.
Oh yeah, that was a toss, by the way.
And just
Get that into the tree. Yeah, that.
into the tree.
No, the man. Yeah.
Okay.
massive individual, extremely strong. Cannot take him down. I respect that.
Just cutting through tents.
He's
Just. I mean, mid-stroke too. These poor teenagers.
he's got to be like one of the most iconic ones too, right? You know what I mean? He's
Absolutely. I mean, people still to this day. I mean, now Jason X, when they threw him into space,
yeah, too much of a
did
good
not
thing,
do
man.
well for me.
Yeah, they were trying to
That
suck
didn't have to
all the
happen.
juice out of it, bro. They were trying to suck all the juice out of
They
it.
were. I mean, they resurrected him from hell in
Yeah,
another movie, which
they
was it was all right.
they did. Well, there are so many of those movies. They had a hit and they juiced it. They juiced it, and he's one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic, horror film.
And
You
see,
know,
people's argument
killer.
there is Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm like, that's a whole different scenario, so we won't get into that.
No,
But they always want to compare those two. Like, you really just stop.
hey, if you want to if anyone watching, if you want to they compared those two. It happened. Freddy vs. Jason. They made a movie. They were together. Not a bad flick, by the way. Not amazing. Not a bad flick. But if anyone wants to see them compared, there they are. Same movie, going at it in a fight. There it is. Watch it. There's your deal with that. That's my opinion. That's my opinion on that one.
And then we'll talk about that on a different day.
Yeah, we can talk about that one on a different day. So, all right. Well, freaking gave me a big one. So I'm cute. I'm interested to see who your number one is after that. I thought he might slide in there as your number one. I'm not gonna lie. It was my under the key guessing as your number one. But my number two, this guy, is just pure evil. And Michael Myers, number two, Michael Myers. He's just pure evil. Just started from a child. Just started slashing and hasn't stopped since. And supposedly he's just a guy, just a human, just a big, super massive, freaking strong guy. But he's been captured, taken in, and he gets out,
Shot,
stabbed. He's, I mean, in a similar way, he's got a nice, super iconic look too. That creepy ass mask, the white mask,
that mask.
Another creepy white mask. We got the hockey mask and the freaking whole. It just always with that knife. He's just pure
Walking
evil.
at the same speed.
Yeah, same thing. That's something about that. Something about those people, those big old dudes just walking.
Did Myers ever run?
I don't think he ever ran really either.
I don't ever remember him running either, and that's these big guys, they don't need to run. They've already got 12-foot stride.
That's true.
So.
But yeah, and again for me, he's just like I said, he's pure evil. We don't really know. Like we've even seen a bunch of movies with even a couple different takes with the new Rob Zombie films that I also think are not bad. Some people don't like them. I don't think they're bad. But
no, I do. I think Zombie did them justice. They weren't the originals.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
But you learned something about it.
For a remake, yes, they were good.
And that's what I was in. That's why I bring up the point of he was just like pure evil. Like you don't really have a reason why. He just starts killing things. So for me, the fact that he's just pure evil made him a number two. That's why I took him over. I was going him or Jason. And it was a tough battle for me, and I went with Michael.
Yeah,
so.
I've always been a Jason guy though, so
I'm not mad at that.
It's
not mad at it.
It's a preference, and I mean, then you got to think about it. The movies gave birth to the Scream Queen.
Oh Jesus! What, Jamie Lee?
Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis is dubbed like the original Scream Queen because of those movies.
Dude, that's the thing. She played her role right in those movies to go with him too. And that's another thing. He always found his way back to her, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird, kind of creepy. You don't know how. He never you picked up the phone, never used the internet, typed in, "Where is my sister?"
Right.
I just found her, but
Knocking.
just there, just knocking at the door. Well, a little harder than that, but at the door. So that's mine. Let's get let's get going. We got big boys, number ones. Number one.
Okay, all right. So my number one in this, there are movies from childhood, but I didn't really start into them until I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
Right. So, movie killer number one, I got to go with Pinhead.
Pinhead. So that's okay. Okay.
It's just, I mean, it makes you, it just the whole thing kind of makes you think. These people find this box not knowing what it is. They just know that it's supposed to take you to eternal pleasure. But there's no fine print to read that they're going to kill you.
Damn.
And you're going to enjoy them doing it.
Also, damn.
I mean, the whole thing. I mean, the first movie just opened it up for me. Getting into the second one was seeing what their world really looks like.
Okay.
And they tried to do some remakes. Not the greatest.
No. Okay. I haven't seen.
But the original idea for it. I mean, to go through and watch them is. I think there's 7.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to set aside a little bit of time.
Yeah, I am.
That's how you know you got a good one if they're gonna keep coming back with it.
The first original 3 over. The way things were done, it was just it was never anything normal. It was always just like the creation of Pinhead. Blades come out, cut his head into a crisscross pattern, and then they pound nails into his skull.
Just sounds so terrible.
Right.
So brutal.
I mean, the creation of the other ones that are with him are those stories are bad.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch because I actually that's one of the ones I don't know much about. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the few movie series that I have not, killer series that I have not dabbled into, or horror series, whatever you want to place it under.
I mean, it's still the horror, but it's still horror, the bloodshed, the gore, more or less, I guess you would say.
Gotcha.
The creativity behind the kills.
Oh well, see, our number ones are going to be pretty similar. We're talking about similar with these words you're using, gore and creativity. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that one.
All right.
I haven't.
No, you really should. I mean, at least the first 3.
Okay, I got you.
After that, they start getting a little weird, but the first 3
seems to be a common theme with scarier movies. They're most movies, honestly, but mostly scary movies. After like the first couple, they kind of start getting a little kind of hokey, almost. Right? A little kind of like it's like that's a stretch. It's kind of all right. It's kind of a stretch. Yeah. So no, see that.
Yeah, come on. Let's hear yours.
My number one is kind of like I said, along with yours, gore and very, very creative. My number one, easy for me, Jigsaw from the Saw series.
Nice.
Jigsaw is my number one. He was just so smart. He had everything planned ahead. He didn't have to like pull the trigger and stuff on himself on like anyone. He usually you'd come out hurt, but you always had a chance. You always had a chance to survive if it was one of his actual ones. Now we got some people that kind of made look-alike ones, but his ones you always had a chance to get out. And like I said, you were gonna come out a little bit different, but you were gonna learn something because he always took people that had were taking something advantage of in their life, or or like really bad druggies who had like good benefits or like at a point, or he was trying to put people on the right track. He took a really crazy messed up way to it, but he went,
Right. He almost wanted to teach the criminals a lesson,
yeah, yeah.
but almost try to give the drug addicts a better chance at life.
Exactly. Well, because he had everything taken away from him as well. Lost his child, then
Hmm.
ended up losing his wife and his. So he's like, these people are wasting perfectly good chances. So let's teach them a lesson. Again,
Right, and like
brutal.
you said, smart guy, absolutely.
Genius.
Uh,
Genius.
Again, for me, first three, first two great, third one kind of started to lose me,
Yeah.
but
Again.
still creative.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I will say is I'm with you. The other, I think the first like 2 and 3 for sure. I'm with you. Like our actual like kind of suspenseful, kind of like they got the plot, they got the stuff like that. And I feel like after that, they kind of just went for more gore. You know what I mean? There was like crazier contrapts. They kept being creative and stuff. I'll give them that. But instead of just being like more gory and the story was a little bit like lost and stuff like that, I feel like. So I feel you there. But Jigsaw himself, because of the fact that he was so smart, so calculated, didn't have to do like many of the work, made you gotta do it yourself. Also always
Right,
gave you a chance, and like even after he was dead, years after he was dead, he had things were still in plans. Even the people he had people working for him that he knew would betray him and had plans set up for them and games set up for everybody. I don't know how he knew, but he knew. So yeah, for me, my number
mm,
one was definitely Jigsaw.
I like it. I do.
Mm-hmm. I like your list too. I knew that there was gonna be a couple differences in our list, so I was glad because I also like because now I have something new to watch. That's why I'm glad that that's why I wanted to do this. So shoot,
Hmm. No, it's great there too, because I mean, having the same one, Chucky, Child's
Chucky.
Play. Oh yeah,
So
that's great.
and that's the thing. Right after that, we were super different on one opinion. We were super different, but right before we were like, same one, same spot. So that's kind of fun. Contrast.
Hmm. And then I would like to mention
Hmm.
Leprechaun.
Ah, I had to make a
That one,
decision.
but him and Candyman were my toss up there.
I made a decision to go with only one kind of, I don't want to say like cartoony, because that's the right word, but one like hokey kind of killer, and I went with Chucky as opposed to Leprechaun. It was very tough.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
That was very tough. They were very neck and neck, but I also went with Chucky on there. So, and I feel you. I feel you. But all right, thank you so much for your debut on Blacktop 5. I
Not
hope,
a problem.
I hope for you to be on here many more times now that we got you back on Discord finally. Thank you. Um,
Remember, I'm old. Technology is weird for me.
that's okay. We got you. We'll help you out. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you, old timer. Again, again, great list. Thank you for being on here. Um, and hopefully we'll catch you on again another one
Anytime.
soon. So thank you everybody on YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe. If you guys have any ideas for lists, let us know. Put your lists in the comments down too. We would love to know what you have to say. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Have a good one.